Hello and welcome to episode number 55 of the Hobbies and Happiness podcast, where we talk all about the hobby that makes us happy, tabletop gaming. I'm one of your hosts, Dan.
And I'm Jim, and today we're going to talk about this year.
All right. So, as you guys kind of normally know by now, we've got it to where we sit down to record the podcast and we're like, so what do you want to talk about? We're a little behind on content. And so, that's kind of where we're at right now, but it's okay.
Yeah,
it makes these conversations kind of a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
But Jim had a great idea. And it's honestly kind of something that I had kind of planned and thought about before, but doing a mid-year review, kind of where we're at in the year.
It was like, oh, wait, it is mid-year already.
Like, we're almost into July. It's crazy.
He's like, yeah, we talked about that not too long ago. January. All right. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, I did not realize it
funny.
was that far,
Me neither.
that long ago. So
That's crazy.
All right. Well, before we get into it, we're going to talk about our sponsor, Audible. Do you like listening to audiobooks? Do you have time in your car where you're traveling and just doing your daily commute? If so, go to www.audibletrial.com/hobbiesandhappiness. Sign up for a free 30-day trial of audible.com, where when you sign up for your free trial, you get a free book. That's right, a free book that you can use for any book that's in the Audible store. Now, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you actually get 2 free books that you can use, 2 free credits for books that you can use to listen to whatever you like. I know I've talked about the series before, We Are Bob. Great science fiction series, very interesting. If you've never heard of it, go check it out. But there you can listen to, I'm actually a big fan of the, it sounds kind of weird, but the Chronicles of Narnia.
I love the movie.
I'm a big fan of, I like C.S. Lewis. I'm a big fan of his works. And I remember watching those movies when I was a kid and reading the books. And they still hold up to this day, in my opinion. So if you're into that kind of thing, I know a lot of C.S. Lewis's works are on the store. So again, www.audibletrial.com/hobbiesandhappiness. Again, www.audibletrial.com/hobbiesandhappiness. Sign up for your free 30-day trial. And again, if you don't like it before your trial is up, you can cancel and keep your free book or books if you're an Amazon Prime member. So again, go check that out. Link in the description. All right. So gonna be, I guess it's not gonna be a different episode today, because we've done episodes like these before.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to talk about this year. So we've got like 4 different things kind of that we want to talk about, right? So we'll split them up, but kind of, I think the biggest reason we're talking about this is a lot has changed. A lot has changed for us in a very short amount of time. And for as much as things have changed, I feel like, and I'm always gonna feel this way, but we are continuing to move in a very solid and positive direction for Hobbies and Happiness.
Yep.
And we've been doing this for about a year. But I again, this is something I'm also going to say. We're always just getting started. It's been a year, but it hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
And I feel like we are starting off on the right foot. We're, things are going slow, but we're chugging along and we're doing everything we can to be consistent. But on that topic of, a lot has changed, I'm going to toss it to Jim and kind of let him go over a few things here. So,
Yeah. So, like Dan has said, a lot has changed very recently. I moved out of my last place, had a falling out with the landlord, and I had a falling out with my roommate. So now I'm living somewhere a bit further than Dan, further away.
Yep.
And so it's not as easy it is to get here anymore.
Yeah.
So now we have to make a few changes.
Yeah.
Some changes we were already planning on, but now it has to, kind of accelerate.
We're kind of moving up the time frame a little bit. Yeah. And and stuff like that, I'm the type of person to where, in my life, outside of Hobbies and Happiness, I've had some things kind of change in my life as well. But I am trying to take the standpoint, and with what I do with a lot of things in life now, is I'm trying to always look at the positives. Yeah. And in any situation, there's negatives and positives. And honestly, when you're going through a trial or you're going through something in your life that's not going very well, we all tend to look at, dude, this sucks. And we look at all the negatives, right? And honestly, like if you're the one going through it, that's what you're going to see.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times it takes somebody else going through, maybe not even necessarily going through that trial with you, but just being there like for somebody and like, being just a person to talk to, and then just somebody to, hey, help you see things that, if I'm going through it, I'm not going to see. But I'm always trying to look at the positives and look at the bright side, because honestly, that's the only way. A lot of times that's one of the ways that's going to help me through something is focus on the positives. Don't focus on the negatives, because when I'm focusing on the negatives, I just tend to not have a good time, right? It makes it harder for me to get through something when I'm just focusing on the negatives. And so in a situation like this, like I think it's a good thing that it's forcing us to like move up the timeline a little bit. Like it kind of gives you that like punch, that little punch in the gut a little bit. Like, all right, man, you got to get to it. Crack that whip and kind of get to it.
Yep.
So on that note, let's talk about content. All right. So how is content going to be changing? So for the most part, nothing's really going to be changing per se. Okay. We're still going to be doing the podcast. We're still going to be filming videos like normal. But what we have wanted to do for a while, and I know we've talked about this, but is supplementing all of this tabletop content, and it's still going to be tabletop related, right? Yeah. But is doing more digital content, right? Yeah. So, most of our videos are filmed here in the studio, here at this table. Mm-hmm. I love it. Like I love being able to put this together. I've had a lot of fun. I've had a blast putting all of this together. Yes, for you guys viewing at home, everybody viewing, but it's also just enjoyable
stuff together.
I like building stuff. Like I like building it and then also making it look good from a camera. Yeah. So it's been enjoyable for me, and like it's something I'm continuing to level up. Okay, so we're in the middle of the year.
This isn't even his final form.
Nope. We're in the middle of the year, right? Come Christmas time, 100% I'm putting lights on this thing.
There's just going to be a different kind of tree there.
Yes, absolutely. It'll just be like yeah. So I've got plans, guys. I got plans. But anyway, and I'm not a set designer either, but I've had fun with this. And like I always have fun also with somebody else doing it too, and like bouncing ideas off. That's why like I like bouncing ideas off of people and just talking about stuff. So that's one of the reasons I enjoy this podcast, as we're just able to talk about stuff and bounce ideas off, and people seem to enjoy it. So, all right.
I'm glad.
So anyway, so content, right? So digital content. One of the things that we've been wanting to do is, and we've even talked about this type of content on the show before, is like digital gaming, right? So we want to be doing more digital content on the show. So not on the show, but just on the channel, right? And so it's kind of easier, right? It's always easier when it's just, you sitting in front of a computer, right? That doing something like that is always a lot more easier than trying to film something like this. Yeah. For anybody, right? So we're like, dude, we've been meaning to do this for a while, and this is kind of like just a thing that we need.
And you can kind of just instantly get into that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because if it's like, I'm at my place, Dan's here, and he's like, hey, be online in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
Where it's here, it's like, all right, we have an exact time frame.
Yeah.
Or it could be like, hey, are you able to come over today? I'm like, all right, well, now I got to drive 30 minutes over.
Yeah.
And then he's waiting around.
Yeah. Or that's like
nothing.
anybody having a studio. It's like if you have a studio, you have to meet at the studio. Yeah. If you have a crew that sets everything up, like that's why having a studio like this, where I've been able to do everything kind of on my own, and then he's been able to help too, that makes things a whole lot easier. Like it'd be nice to have a producer, and we've talked about like trying to get a producer, but that's just another thing you got to schedule, and it's
scheduling.
It's finding a person, then scheduling it. There's a lot. So like I feel for you creators who have large studios and large teams, like if it's not your actual job, then like it's hard. I get it. So doing content like digital content is gonna be really nice. So
Everyone who plays D&D, you know how rough it is to get everyone to come together. It's rough.
yeah, yeah. So in the future, moving more towards not more towards, but just supplementing the content with more digital.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tabletop digital games that we already play, and we've talked about tabletop simulators is an option, but even outside of tabletop simulator, there's so many card games.
Yeah, I was just talking to Dan about this. I was playing Root the other day on Steam.
Yeah.
Wingspan's on there. Gloomhaven is another one on there.
Yep.
And there's I saw recently that they were doing a bundle of a bunch of different board games that were on sale for Steam.
With a lot of these,
that.
dude, Steam is just awesome.
Yeah.
Right. This is why you need to play games on PC. Okay. but
PC Master Race. Yeah. We're good.
but from what I've seen, I think there's like a couple of developers / studios who've developed a lot of the board games on the digital side.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at it, but like I know, like Direwolf Digital, for example, has done a few different card games, the smaller type card games. I mean, is Eternal small? I don't know if Eternal would be considered a small card game, but I know they've done that. Like they started Elder Scrolls Legends. I know they've done quite a few from the digital side.
Right.
So I think there's a couple of devs who've done a lot of the board games, taken a lot of the board games and brought them to Steam and the digital side. So. Plus, I mean, Steam just bundles so many things together all of the time. So, like, if you don't get a game when it releases, I never buy games when they release.
Sale.
Yeah, I never buy games when they release on Steam anymore because it's like, just wait, it'll be on sale. You'll be able to get it for like $5.
Depending on the game, I won't pick it up. If it's like an MMO, I'm probably going to play it day one.
Diablo, like the new Diablo, not Immortal.
Let's not talk about that, Dan.
No, like Diablo 4, that I'll probably pick up.
Yeah.
Like the next Call of Duty, I'll probably pick up.
I probably won't.
No, see, I'm a Call of Duty. Like I'm a Call of Duty guy, but I take that back. I'm a Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Guy. So
and they are coming out with the second one.
That's
so.
exactly.
All right, I might pick that one.
That's why I'm saying it too. That's why I had to very much preface that.
Modern Warfare 2. Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah. So the last one, the last one that was recent was. Dude, I spent so many hours on the game. Oh my goodness!
Which one was it?
Just Modern Warfare.
Oh, okay.
But they rebooted it.
Yeah, the remaster.
Yeah, right. I lost so many hours in the game. But anyway, okay. One of the other things that I think the only thing that we've done is just made a community post about it. Is our new show.
Yes.
So I think I had the idea, and it was just like an off the cuff thing that I thought about. But we want to do like
a drama channel.
We're calling you out.
Yeah.
Sam,
guy.
We're calling you out, Sam, Lord of the Board.
Yeah.
No, we're not really.
And Tim.
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
Fire and Ice. I think. Wait, is Sam fire or is I think Sam's fire and Tim's ice. I think.
I don't know.
Well, because if you're not aware, I'll shout out their Discord right now. They joined forces not that long ago, and they were doing some videos together.
I didn't know.
Yeah, so
Cool.
they did quite a few collabs, and they started their own Discord server together called Fire and Ice. So it's a Discord that I'm a part of. I try and jump in there with other creators. On a fairly regular basis. I'm normally in there Mondays telling other content creators to let's go and like crack the whip and like let's go boys and everybody, just saying let's go guys, trying to be that encouragement, right? But yeah, if you haven't, go check out their channel and you can jump in their Discord. It's a pretty good Discord. It's a great group of folks over on that Discord. So
Cool guys for sure.
yeah. So definitely go check out that Discord. But we wanted to do like a this week in card games like type of news channel. Not necessarily news, but kind of like what's been going on in the world of card games through the week.
Not just trading card games, but also what's going on with Legendary, what's going on with Champions.
Dang it, I should have just grabbed it. I actually just picked up the new releases for Marvel Legendary and Marvel versus 2-player card game. Excuse me. Legendary just came out with their next Guardians set. It's the movie, so Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. So the expansion is based around that. And then the next crossover set for Marvel versus two-player card game as well. So it's stuff like that, going over what's happening in the world of Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all of those.
We can't do spoiler season for
No,
Magic. It's always
it's literally
spoiler
always
season.
spoiler season. It used to be a joke. It literally used to be a joke.
Oh my god.
It was a joke because it was never like this.
So guys, this is rough. 2 weeks ago, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, they just dropped the Baldur's Gate set. Double Mast, whatever it's called. It was Baldur's Gate.
Oh yeah, the
Whatever that set is.
Commander Legends
Yeah.
Return to Baldur's Gate, I believe. It's something like that.
Something along those lines. And then not a week later, there were within a week, it was 5 days, there was leaks of the next set. And then not even 2 weeks later, or a few days later, they start doing it was a week within the time frame of the official set drop, and then they're like, "Oh, hey, here's the next set.
Here's Double Masters.
Here's what cards are coming out of the next set."
It's literally insane.
Like we used to joke, it would have been like 2 weeks.
It was such a joke.
It was between like 2 weeks and a month, so you would have that much of a time frame before you would start worrying about the new cards coming out. Now it's a week.
It literally is.
And sometimes I guess you could say less than a week if we're talking about unofficial leaks.
See, because the way it used to be is it used to just be like 4 sets a year, and that was it.
Yeah.
Four sets a year, one
plus
a quarter.
The commander set.
One a quarter plus one commander set.
A year.
That's it.
Yeah.
So like 5 sets
and
total.
Then maybe a master's set for modern.
Maybe.
Yeah. So you'd have like 6
lucky.
things to worry about in the year for Magic.
Yep. Now, I'm not even going to look it up because it's literally insane. It's literally insane. Yeah. Like from a consumer standpoint, I don't even know if that's good or bad for the consumer.
I don't know.
But you know who it's really bad for? The content creator.
Yeah. Or it's good for the content creator.
Oh yeah.
You always have something to talk about.
It's very busy.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So when I first got into Magic, and we've talked about this creator on the show before, SBMTG, Dev from Strictly Better Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Okay. He was my go-to for spoilers. I still love his takes. He's normally he's a fairly even-handed, gives some fairly even-handed takes on cards. So he was my go-to. Just because he was like one of the first ones I discovered. So I was watching his content.
And he always gave newbie help for
all the time
budget decks.
Oh yeah. And that was partly why I did it too.
Yeah, he's like decks under $10, and then those decks would turn into like $25.
Yeah, right. So anyway, I was starting with him, and then one of the first spoiler seasons that I watched was, I want to say it was one of the Ravnicas. It was one of the Ravnica sets. I think it was just Return. It was Return to Ravnica. No, not Return. Guilds of Ravnica. Guilds of Ravnica.
And then Allegiance was the second one.
Yes. Yep. So I think one of the first ones was Guilds of Ravnica. And I remember he made a comment of like it being very busy for spoiler season, right? And I saw it because he had a video a day talking about the day's leaks. And I always remember I sat in my basement at my other place and put it on the TV because I enjoyed watching it on my big TV down there. It was a relatively small space. And I just enjoyed watching it. And I'm like, all right, and this was like back in before Hobbies and Happiness days, I was working on other kind of content. So I would sit down, relax, and throw it up on the TV. And like, man, he was running ragged. It seemed like he was really working at getting his videos out, because he normally came out with them like later in the evening, for the day. Yeah. And so I always appreciated that. And he made that comment of being really busy for spoiler season, and he's like, yeah, we always joke that it's always spoiler season. And like, I think the joke was because of how hard content creators worked in the Magic community in spoiler season. Fast forward to now, I can't imagine doing spoiler videos, because it would be like every day, and it's insane.
You have so much stuff to be putting out, and it's like, if you wait a day for the spoilers, people are just like, this is old news.
Yep.
like a day now
Yeah, right.
waiting for stuff
Right.
is really rough. Because now then also in that week time frame, we'll say it's a week that you don't have spoilers.
Yep.
If you're making Magic content, okay, you now have essentially 5 to 7 days of you playing random games with these latest cards that dropped.
Yep. So
And who knows even how many decks are going to be
Yep.
introduced.
So
with it.
so before we were doing Hobbies and Happiness, I was doing my own Magic content before this, and I had given a thought to doing spoiler content, and then I'm like, nope.
Yeah, because you got to a point where you were releasing a video every single day.
Yeah, I was.
And then if you just threw spoiler season on top
No
of it, you're
way.
making 2 videos every single day,
no.
and then you have like one break every few or 1 week of a break from doubling up essentially.
Yeah, like that has to be a full-time job.
Yeah.
Because you have no time.
Yeah.
To do it. It's crazy.
There's no
so
way.
we will not be doing Magic spoiler content
Unless there's like one really good specific card where like this is nuts.
We won't be. We probably will not be doing.
Yeah.
Did we even talk about doing Magic? No, we're not even there yet.
No, we're not. We're not there yet. That's the
not there
next
yet.
one.
That's one of the next
Oh,
ones.
no.
Okay.
Oh, streaming's the next one.
we're just gonna talk about it. Okay.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
we
let's get
talked
into
about. We talked about. Okay. Wait a minute. We talked about digital content.
Yeah, we don't
okay?
have to go in order.
We talked about digital content, and Magic content is kind of one of the things too, which we'll get into that in a second. But also in regards to content, interviews. Like we want to be doing more interviews, and that part of that's on me. Of kind of reaching out to people and trying to schedule stuff. So if if you're listening to this podcast and I've reached out to you, I will reach out to you again and try and get something on the books. Because normally, like once it's on the books, then like we're good. Like that's normally when I'm like, all right, we got it, and then we can go from there. So I'm actively trying to work at getting more people on the show, and different types of people. Like different, you've got content creators, we have designers, we have a doctor. There's a lot of different
On the waiting list.
Yeah, on the waiting list. So we've got people that we want to talk to on the show, and honestly, I'll just throw it out there. Like, if you would like to be a guest on the show and you think you have an interesting take, let us know. And we'll see. We'll talk. We'll be in some talk. So let us know. All right. Okay. So Magic. Okay. We have been wanting to do Magic content on the show for a while. I know when I was streaming, when Jim dropped one of the streams, he just, left and was like, see ya, peace, I'm out. Yo.
That's exactly what happened.
That's literally what happened. So I was left to improvise. But that's another one of those things where it's like, look at the positives. It forced me to improvise, and I had to improvise, so I did. But I streamed some digital only content by myself. So moved up the time frame a little bit on that thing. So we kind of have that stuff ready. Excuse me. And kind of ready to go. So Magic is one of those things that we've been wanting to do on the channel. So right now we're kind of thinking about the how and how we want to implement it. Now, this is one of those things to where we've talked about this before too, like the convergence of board gaming and tabletop games, mostly board games, with trading card games and collectible card games. We feel like those are two areas that are kind of like diametrically opposed. But like it's so weird. And I've said this before. We're all a part of the tabletop gaming space. And that is why I say on this show, when I start about tabletop gaming, I don't say card games, I say tabletop gaming. Like that's because that's what it is. Like it's all a tabletop game.
I used to play on concrete. Just throw cards out there. No one else.
Unsleeved.
Unsleeved. That was with Pokemon way back in the day.
Right. So we know that I feel like there's a stigma. I don't know if it's a stigma or if or what it is, but there, and I could be wrong too. But I feel like there's just people in the tabletop and board gaming space who are just not a fan of cards and like Magic and TCGs and CCGs. And like, that's fine. So what we've thought about is when we start doing more content, we'll probably throw a few videos on the main channel. but we'll probably break off Magic content onto its own separate channel.
Yeah.
Like it is a very large community.
Because we don't want to bombard everyone.
That's the thing, and that's why I'm like, I think I recognize there's a distinction. And like if people are in the board game side or tabletop side, and they don't want to see that content, I don't want to force that on you.
Yeah.
Right. So, but I do want to like show a couple videos, and like I think some people, I think a good amount of people, if they're open-minded about it, would be like, oh yeah, this seems kind of cool. But that's all. We'll probably give a couple videos, but after that, we'll probably break things off into its own channel. Because again, like I said, that community itself, can support itself because it's the magic community is massive.
It's the biggest game in the world.
It is huge. It's massive.
The biggest card game in the world.
So yeah, and that's why I see it's like Magic is part of the tabletop space, right? So like, why not put that content out there? But that's why we're probably gonna,
especially since it's kind of what got us both into this room.
It's how we met. Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of a big deal, though.
One of the first, and we've told this story before, but one of the first times we met was playing Commander.
Yeah.
And I will never forget this interaction. I was playing
because I effed him up. That's why.
It was a great play. Such a good play. I thought I had him.
Yeah.
But I was playing my Gargos deck.
And then he was like, never mind, that's Jim.
Yep.
That's how he rolls.
No, but like your play was spot on.
Yeah.
It was such a good play. So I'm playing Gargos. It was a mono green Hydra deck, right? Yeah. And Jim was the threat at the table.
Yeah.
Like I thought I had it. I just had to get through Jim. Yeah. And you were playing some Izzet list. It was some Izzet.
Yeah.
Some Izzet colors.
Yeah. I think at that time I was playing Niv Mizzet Perun.
That makes sense. That would make sense. So yes, because Niv Mizzet was that's what I was trying to take out.
Yeah.
I was trying to take out Niv Mizzet. So Gargos has an effect like anytime you target I think it's one of your Hydras. It's either Gargos himself.
When you target Gargos, he can then fight.
Right. So I was targeting Gargos with something because I was trying to make him fight Niv Mizzet.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I targeted him, made him fight Niv Mizzet. And then you reacted.
Also gave I
gave him indestructible. That's what it was.
And I copied
and you copied the indestructible. I'm like, no. That was like, that was the one card in hand that you needed was the copy.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
And
it was expansion explosion. Yeah. What it was. Yeah. I'm like,
It was great.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great game. It was a great game. And I died off
Normally,
of that.
I always give green like crap for not having interaction, but I think Gargos is like the only deck that
my Gargos
that has
deck,
interaction.
My Gargos deck was legit. A lot of people hated playing against that. Jim was like, "No, I'm down for it." Let's do it.
But then again, I'm like super weird. If you show me some stuff that's like really control playing wise, and most people are like, "I hated playing that," I'm like, "Tell me more."
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me more.
Yeah, so that's a deck I have to get back to and like retool, especially with there's been a lot of new cards that come out since I put that deck down. So, but yeah. That's why, and we've talked about this before, like when we started doing Hobbies and Happenings content, I was like, dude, I don't know if I want to do Magic content because my thinking at the time was there's so many great content creators in the Magic space that I'm like, I almost feel like I can't live up to what's out there in this space. So that was my hesitation.
That's because you're trying to live up to Command Zone.
Yes. Well, right. Like,
and they're just like the all-star.
They are like. And we'll talk about them later, but like that's my bar.
Yeah.
Like why? Like if the best is here, why would I set my bar here? But that's
where
my
we
thinking.
Set the bar, and even if we get to half of where they're at,
no, right,
you're
not wrong.
They were still amazing a year ago, 2 years ago.
They've been amazing for a long time, a long time, and I continue to look to them. Just because they've innovated so much in the space. So.
I remember going back, watching like their first couple Command Zones. I'm like, all right, obviously there's some things that could be worked upon. But I remember it was like after 15, it was just like, oh wow, all right, this is really good. They changed that real quick.
Yeah, and it's just I always think like, no, they can't get better. No,
Oh,
they can't do
they
it. They
get
can't.
better.
And it gets better
Yeah.
and better.
Dan
and
was like,
better.
"When's the last time you watched?" I'm like, "It's been a while." And I go look. I'm like, "Oh my, oh my goodness!"
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
And like all that credit goes to that entire team. The
Yeah. Oh,
entire
yeah.
team over
They're
at
so
Command
good.
Zone. It used to just be Jimmy and Josh, but they have grown that team very well. I also want to give another shout out to Jake Boss. I think he's been working with them for a long time, but I was watching, and I'll probably talk about this in one of the other videos we're going to be recording here soon. But I was watching a Team Covenant stream, and Jake Boss popped in the chat, and I'm like, Jake Boss, like I know him. He works on the Command Zone.
Yep.
So he had a lot of great things to say about Zach and Steven. Turns out he has watched them for a long time, and was saying a lot of great things about what they're doing in the space, how they've been kind of innovators in the space, and they have, like Zach and Steven as well. But I thought that was very interesting.
Just don't put like our video next to their video,
Please, no.
because then you'll be like, "That looks the exact same setup."
Yeah, ours looks better. I mean, what? No, I'm kidding. I'm just messing. No, but like they're another creator who like guys that we've looked to for inspiration. So all right. All that being said, Magic content. We want to be doing it. So the TLDR, we're going to be doing Magic content, and we're probably going to spin that off into a separate channel just to keep things separate. That way, if you want to see that Magic content, you can go check it out on the separate channel. But the first thing is we're going to do a couple of videos around Magic. Mostly those will probably be on the digital side of digital videos. So
Maybe some paper.
yeah. Yeah, we'll probably have like one or two videos in paper. But yeah, so that stuff is coming. All right. Next, streaming.
Yes.
I feel like we've been doing a great job at streaming. I love streaming, guys.
Oh, it's so much
it's
fun,
so
man.
fun.
It's probably my favorite thing to do.
It's so fun, and that's why this has got me. It gets me excited. Is we haven't even done like a lot of streams.
Well, 2 a month essentially.
Yeah. So, but they've been a blast. They're always a blast. If you have not, go check out our recent stream where we played Marvel United. The game was fun.
That was a good one. Yeah.
That was fun. I've been wanting to play that for a while. I got a really good deal on it. And it almost did not fit on the table. I'm like, dude. Now, granted, this is a smaller table, but
And like we could have made it a
Yeah,
bit
we
wider,
could've.
like changed the camera angles and whatnot.
And there's stuff that I kind of want to do with all this anyway in the future. But like for now it works. So we were able to make it work. And then I did like the idea with the storyline, I think it's called, with the cards.
yeah.
How just keep it all stacked.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. So if you've played Marvel United, well, first of all, go check out the stream where we played it. But one of the mechanics is you're playing out your cards in like a storyline, right? And so what the game wants you to do is keep track of like the cards that are played, like in the order. So what we do is as we're laying it out, as it gets too long, we stack them up as they're being played, so we can keep the order straight. And it
some
saves
people-
a lot of space.
Yeah, some people are like, "Oh yeah, you put it in a giant circle around the board." I'm like, "We can't do that."
Shout out to Scott
Yeah,
for being our. He kind of taught us the game.
That
So
dude
thanks,
was
Scott.
the MVP for that. Yeah,
That was awesome.
we were like, "Bam just happens every turn. We're getting destroyed."
Yeah, it's like as we're looking through the rules, Scott just pipes up in chat. All right, well, Scott says this. All right, put the rule book away.
Perfect. Judge.
So anyway, that was good. But so streaming. So the plan right now, at time of recording, we just streamed a few days ago. Okay. And those streams are normally every other week. We're going to keep that schedule. Okay. What we're going to do is also start supplementing the streams with, like we said, digital content. So we will be streaming at our desks. We're going to work out a schedule. But the way we're going to start is we will be streaming at minimum once a week.
Yeah.
At bare minimum will be once a week. So, excuse me, this stream here in the studio will be bi-weekly. So that means the streams in between will be digital streams.
Yeah.
Man, excuse me. Sorry. Woo.
And it could be both of us. It could just be one of us at the time.
So what we'll probably do is we will work out a schedule to where who's doing what. So we'll I would like to work it out to where the schedule is both of us stream once a week, and then excuse me, we have our tabletop stream bi-weekly. So we're going to work out a schedule that fits both of our schedules, and then that just works, okay? Because we don't want to just we don't want to make it too difficult for us, right? Because we still have all this other stuff that we need to be working around as well.
It's better to take it slowly learn. It's like, okay, now what else can we add to this?
And that's why I've liked what we've been doing. That's why I liked what we've been doing as doing every other. We're working at a pace that works, and then just slowly building from there. So I like doing it that way, just because it works, right? And then we can slowly build upon it, lay that foundation, and then build from there. And that's what we've been doing. And I feel like we're continuing laying that foundation. So, and I think it's working. So that's streaming. And if you guys have any thoughts, ideas, let us know. I'm very interested to know. And then as far as it goes, we normally stream on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. And Twitter, actually, we do stream it to Twitter as well. I don't know how many people watch on Twitter, but it's there. I think it's cool. But so we're going to continue that. And honestly, if we have to prioritize, we will most likely prioritize YouTube. To be honest, I think YouTube is going to be the go-to platform for any sort of video content, even streaming in the future.
I think once they make a better directory, it easily could. Yeah. If they essentially just copy what Twitch has, paste it onto YouTube, it's the number one.
The thing that Twitch does not have is discoverability. Is the one thing that Twitch does not have.
Yeah. So, the only thing is you have to be playing a game that's not saturated.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So we're not going away from YouTube. Like YouTube is the platform that we're going to be on. So, but we know about Twitch and streaming, so we don't want to forsake that either. So we're in the point right now is we're just building an audience, and we're going to continue to build that audience. So so that's we've talked about the content, we've talked about streaming, we've talked about Magic, and then we're going to talk about support us if you want.
I am support.
Yeah. So, okay. I've purposely have gone very slow on this for a reason. My thinking behind this has always been, I want to make sure if people choose to support us, we're going to give them something that's worth supporting. Yeah. And that's why I've always been very hesitant to be like, no, we're going to make a tier where you can just support us however you want and not give you anything. I just don't. Inherently, I don't like that idea, but I know that there's people out there who do want to do something like that. So we are actively working at ways in which you guys can support us, whether that is through the biggest thing we're going to be working on right now is a form of Patreon, whether that's Patreon, Subscribestar. There's multiple different platforms you can be on. There's multiple different
YouTube stuff.
And that's separate. The
membership's different.
The YouTube membership will be separate, right? So we're going to be working at a form of Patreon. Will be its own separate thing. YouTube memberships will be something different as well. And then the other way you can support us is just by watching our content. When we stream, there's super chats in YouTube. We don't have access to anything in Twitch right now. But the only way you can support us...
Like the video, comment on this video, share the video.
Yep. That's one of the biggest things is just sharing our content out there. If you guys like the content, sharing it is going to be like the best thing you can do for us. Yeah. And I don't really know if we do a bad job at saying that in the videos, but I don't really know if I don't want to come off as begging. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to provide our viewers with the content, and that's it. I have an idea of a video I want to do, and I will show you the video, and then that's that. I don't want to be like, I need help, support me. Sorry.
Admitting I need help.
Stop it.
What? What was it, Dan? What?
I just don't want to.
What about that drama channel? What about that drama channel I talked about? All right.
I have a hard time doing that. Yeah. And I say stuff like that just for the. I like to.
If you guys know,
I like to do that.
if you know, you know.
I like
if
to
you
do
don't,
that and laugh.
hit us up in Discord. We'll let you know.
Oh, you know what? Let's talk about Discord real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Supporting. That's honestly a way you can support us. And does it do anything monetarily? No, not really. I don't really know if there's a thing in Discord. It's like Nitro.
Yeah.
I don't
think
really.
we
I
get
don't know.
anything.
Well, like I do it for our channel, or whatever it's called, community. I know a couple other people do too. But I don't really know if that like actually monetarily does anything. I don't think it does. But
no clue.
we have a Discord, and that's another thing I want to be. It's literally linked in every single YouTube video, every single one. It's linked there. I never say anything about it,
But
we have a Discord.
Yeah.
If you want to talk with us, and that's going to be one of the things. That's going to be one of the things that we. That you can, like when you're in our Discord, if you're supporting us like on Patreon or something, there will be like a members only chat type thing that only Patreon subscribers, people like that can be into.
Yeah.
That's coming.
There was one guy who came in yesterday. He's like, I didn't even know you guys had this.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the video.
Yeah, it was funny. I'm like,
funny.
but when I read that, I'm like, dang it, dude, we got to do a better job
Yeah.
at like telling people it's there.
Yeah.
I love it when people just jump in our Discord and we just talk with them.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. So our Discord is a great place to hang out.
Seeing people get into Magic on there. They post like their random boxes that they get.
Yeah, that's great.
You know.
That's great. That's the best way you can honestly just communicate and talk directly with us is jumping in our Discord. So jump in our Discord, and honestly, we have when we stream. The way that we stream, our stream chat goes through a Discord channel there called Stream Chat. So you can be chatting directly with the chat through there as opposed to doing it through whatever the platform you're watching on.
YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, whatever.
yeah.
Or you can just do it on the Discord.
Yeah. So that's another way you can support us. So we're actively working at ways where you guys can support us through Patreon and stuff like that. So I'll just talk about this too. We are also we have another interview scheduled with an artist. Okay. So we are going to be looking at upping our graphics on the channel. And so I'm looking forward to that. And that's a thing that's coming. I'm excited about what's going to come of that. This is somebody who I'm very excited. I'm very excited about, and we're just leave it at that. All right. So we've talked about new content. What is one thing, Jim? What's the biggest thing when it comes to content that you're most looking forward to? Because I know we've got a lot of stuff that we're actually that's coming.
I don't know. Did I already say which one?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't remember.
I'm looking forward to doing that new show.
Yeah.
The like what's coming in the world of the card games.
I mean, I'm just like the biggest fan of streaming. Just being able to hang out with everyone live. Like, F it, we're doing it live. It's just hanging out with everyone in the
best
chat.
clip ever.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite things. Like I stream over on Twitch as well. I'm like doing my own thing as well.
That's another way you can
hanging out
support
with
us
other
is
people.
go check out his stream.
Yes.
What is it? What is your channel?
Yeah.
Like Jim Morgan H&H?
At Jim Morgan H&H.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And so yeah, I love hanging out with people. We're playing, random card games and enjoying life.
Yeah. So streaming. I know Jim's been looking forward to streaming more. So trying to, and honestly, it's so much fun just hanging out with people.
Oh yeah.
On stream. It's
I don't
really
even
cool.
have to play anything. I'll just like talk to the chat.
Yeah.
About anything. Yeah. Card markets, investments, board games, card games, whatever.
Yep.
I don't care.
Yeah, so new content, streaming, Magic, and then ways to support us. So that's a good recap on the year. I mean, this is, dude, what episode is this? Is this 54?
I think you said 55. 54?
Yeah, it's 55. It's 55. There you go. It's episode 55.
We knew that. We were just testing you.
Yeah, it's episode 55.
Yes.
Yeah, so the podcast, I'm enjoying it, dude. Like, this is great. I like doing episodes like this where we just sit and talk. I mean, it's always just sitting and talking, right?
Yeah.
But It's really, I think it's very helpful looking to the past of what we've done, what we've accomplished, where we've come. Remember when we first started in the podcast, sitting in my kitchen?
Yeah, and
the
then we
other
had that
place?
one on your couch. I'm like, I will never do a podcast on this couch.
Why
again.
did we do that?
I don't remember.
There was a reason. I don't remember why we did that.
I don't know, but it was dreadful.
That's because that couch sucked. That couch sucked.
And I was also like, I literally can't move.
I know.
I couldn't.
Because that couch sucked.
No, because I didn't want to like make extra noise on, because we were also like holding the mics.
Yeah, we didn't have a stand or anything. We didn't have these.
Yeah,
Which I need to get new ones. I want new ones of these. These are like, they're hard to tighten.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're really hard to tighten.
Yeah.
So, okay. Guys, thank you for, I let us know if you enjoy episodes like this. I know this is not in what's going on in the world of card games or tabletop. I know.
Yet.
I know. But do you like episodes like this? Let us know. I'm very curious to know. Doing stuff like this is very helpful for us. Yeah. It's very good to give a retrospective on the year, our history, and then doing a look forward to what we're looking forward to, but also what you guys can expect going forward. So that's why we do it. And then just let us know if you enjoy it. One thing that I know we started off this podcast with, we haven't done in a long time, partly because I haven't really mentioned it, but gaming stories. Like if you guys have any story that has happened to you within the world of gaming, tabletop gaming, that you want to share with us, let us know. Shoot us an email, hobbiesandhappiness@gmail.com, or you can hit me up at dan@hobbiesandhappiness.com or him at jim@hobbiesandhappiness.com.
Yes. Hit us up on Discord.
Or Discord.
Wherever,
Discord
really.
too, yeah.
Anywhere you can get a hold of us.
Anywhere you can get there. There's multiple ways of getting a hold of us. Yeah. So yeah, hit us up, and then if you've got a story to share, let us know, and then we can read it off on the show. We haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah. Drew was the last one, I think?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. And Drew has had a lot of good stories.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He's had a lot of great stories. So I want to hear more stories. So let us know in the community. Let us know what kind of stories that you have that you would like to share. And then we can go ahead and share it and talk about it here on the show for you. Not necessarily for you, but, just share it with the community, with everybody. Yeah. So, let us know what you think about episodes like this. And, we would love to hear. All right. So now we're going to move on to this is another new thing that we started doing not that long ago. This is like 14. I want to say this is 14.
We're going on 14.
I think this is 14, but it's card of the week. Card of the week number 14. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now we've done one card, at least one card from this game so far. DC deck building game. Now, this is the first oversized card that we're doing for the game.
The
superhero.
What it is.
You can play as superheroes or supervillains, but this is a superhero. And if you had to guess, who would it be?
You want me to guess?
Go ahead. I mean, you know what it is.
Shazam!
I'm doing the thunder right there for sure. Yeah, no, it's Batgirl.
It's not.
It's Batgirl. Shazam's great. And by the time this goes live, our new video will be coming by the end of the week. Check it out. You'll see. But we're talking about Batgirl. Yes. Batgirl is so great. All right. Yes, so Batgirl is a superhero. All right. From the Heroes Unite box. And she has the ability, once during each of your turns, you may discard a punch card. If you do, draw a card.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good, Bob. Pretty good. So you start the game with 7 punches. Yep. 7 punches, right? So you all at this point should have seen, if you haven't, go check it out, our recent gameplay video. I was Batgirl and Booster Gold. Okay.
Yeah, that was a game.
That was a game, dude. That was so much fun. So anyway, I'm playing as Batgirl and Booster Gold, and I think it's turn 2. I think it's turn 2. Mm-hmm. I'm ready to activate her effect because turn 1 you draw 5 cards, right? Yeah. Turn 2 you draw the last of your 5 cards.
Yeah, the last of the 5, yeah.
Right.
To then reshuffle.
Right. So I go, or even you could even do it turn 1. You could even have done it turn 1 if you get 3 because you're discarding a punch to get a punch.
Yeah.
Depending,
There's no point
but
in that,
depending
or
on
is
what's on board, like if you have 2 vulnerabilities, let's say you have 2 vulnerabilities and there's a 2-drop on board,
Oh yeah, you might as well.
you might as well do that, and that's the one you want to
'Cause maybe you get the
because maybe you get the vulnerability to
Yep.
make your next turn a lot better.
Yep.
So I think it was turn 2 where I went to activate her effect because I'm like, I literally just bought a card the turn before. Let's see if I can draw into
Yeah.
it. I didn't end up doing it, like drawing into it, but
But the odds were there.
yeah,
Odds were there.
like that's one of the really great. I think that kind of gets overlooked personally.
Yeah.
Because you're able to really utilize her very early to very positive effects. Okay.
Yep.
So one of the things you want to keep an eye on is, like I said, you have 7 punch cards in your hand, right? Or in your deck to begin with. I have a hard time blowing up punch cards in an instance like this. Now, I'd blow some up for sure. Like I would destroy some if possible, but I'd want to still keep like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Like 4
I
or
was
5.
gonna say getting rid of 2 punches is probably still a good number.
Yeah. Like depending on the deck that you're building, is still very good.
Yeah.
Now, her signature. How do you know if it's her signature card? Because it's
There's
a 3-drop.
multiples, Yeah.
It's a 3-drop. But her hero card is also phenomenal, especially with her. Now, her hero card is so great on her own, right? It costs 3. I believe it's +2 power.
I don't.
We'd
we
have
should've
to
looked
look.
it up.
We'll have to look it up. It's either +1 power, +2 power. But beyond that, what you can do, excuse me,
And now it's even better.
is you put 2 punches from discard into hand.
Yeah.
So let's say it's +1 power. Okay, so that's +1 power, but you're getting 2 punches, +2 power, so it gives
On top of it,
3 power.
3 power.
right? That's assuming if it's +1. So we're gonna go with worst case, or it's 4, or you haven't activated her ability yet. You can discard one of those you just put back in your hand and draw a better card potentially.
especially if you're now able to put a card back on top of your deck.
Yes.
From whatever effects. There are definitely effects that do that.
But and that is where she has been amazing.
Yeah.
She seems like it's always a way for me to draw a card when I need to.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
if I want to
The
put
combo extender.
if I want to put a powerful card on top of my deck from discard, she is my okay. Now I'm going to draw that card. I don't have to rely on a Legion Flight Ring, like any effect that says draw a card. No, I have that right here. If I do this thing which I'm already very able to do from the start of the game, then yeah, that's so good.
Yeah.
It is so powerful. It's hard to overstate until you play as Batgirl to really see how powerful it is to just I want to draw a card. Oh, all right, I'm just gonna pitch this and now I can draw. It's so powerful, man.
Yeah. I mean, once you get to the mid-end game, it's instantly always the best thing you can do.
It's so good. It's so good. Because especially at the mid-late game, I would so much more rather have a different card in my hand than a punch.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you're
that
able to
gives it
get
to
rid
you.
of the vulnerabilities. If you were able to get rid of all the vulnerabilities in your deck, now this card's even stupider.
Yep. Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah. It's real good.
It's stupid.
And it's not like there's only a few cards that you're able to now put on top of the deck and then go ahead and do some crazy shenanigans with.
Oh, it's crazy, dude.
You know.
Yeah, it's she is literally stupid tier.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look at the top card of your deck. Do you want to discard it or blow it up? No, I'll leave it on top. Use effect, pitch, go ahead, draw that card.
So crazy.
Yeah.
It's so many times throughout that game. It was just stuff like that. Like, oh, I know what that is. I'm gonna draw it.
The Soul Taker sword, right? Yeah, the Soul Taker sword, ETB, look at the top card, you can destroy it. I believe.
No, Soul Taker sword was you can blow up a card in hand.
Is that hand?
Soul Taker the one that's on top is
from the base set?
yeah, it's a base set. Nth Metal.
Yeah, Nth Metal. Yeah.
Yeah, but still blow it up. No, I really like that card.
Now
I'm
gonna
gonna
take
pitch
it.
this and draw.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good because there are so many cards to where it's like you can either put a hero or villain from discard on top of your deck or draw a card. Now I'm going to put this insanely powerful supervillain that's in my discard on top of the deck, and now I'm going to draw it off of back row because I'm discarding a punch. It's stupid. Stupid.
Real strong.
Yeah. So Batgirl, I think easily my favorite superhero
That makes sense.
from Heroes Unite.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. So, all right, that's card of the week. Card of the week for this week. What do you think? What do you think? Do you like do you like Batgirl, or do you like a different hero from Heroes Unite? Let us know. Also, how are you guys enjoying card of the week? I enjoy it. It's one of the most favorite things that I really enjoy doing with Hobbies and Happiness. So, all right, Jimbo, where can we find you on the internet?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at Jim Morgan HNH.
You can find me on Twitter at _GCampbell and on Instagram at Dino.G.Campbell. All right, so what I got for you guys this week. Thanks for being here. I enjoy just hashing things out with the community, letting you guys know what's going on with Hobbies and Happiness, what's going on with us, and then kind of let you know what you guys can expect from us. So let us know. Honestly, guys, I really want to know, how do you guys enjoy it? How do you guys enjoy being a part of this community? And what are you looking for? Is there something that you're looking for from this community that you're not getting? Be interested to know. Let us know. Like there's a thing like, yes, we want to put out the content we want to put out, but also to some extent we do want to give the community kind of something that they're looking for.
Anything you want to see from a Patreon rewards,
yes,
let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Please let us know.
Let us know. We've got ideas.
We've been trying to think about this for months.
Yeah. Oh, we got ideas. We got ideas. And honestly, it's just going to come down to us sitting down and like writing stuff down and hashing it out. So, but if you got ideas, let us know, especially in the Discord. Hit us up in the Discord. Join our Discord. Join it, guys.
It's there. It is a thing.
It's join it. It's literally linked in every podcast and every video. Join, please. No, I'm kidding. You don't have to if you don't want to. But yeah, we would enjoy it if you guys joined the Discord. So, all right. Thanks everybody for being here. We're going to get out of here. But we'll see you guys in the next video and then in the next episode. All right. See everybody.
Take care.